clear skies, high mountains, a clean flowing stream, a sparkling droplet of water, autumn leaves, and a person's silhouette. These are all in Sio's dream. It's strange, but even though she has no idea what it's about, she feels warm. Not long after Kobeni wakes up from it, an array of sunshine and glistening snow outside greets her with positivity. What's not to be happy about today? 16th birthday. There's really nothing special prepared for today, but feeling more like an adult is special in itself. At this age, Kobeni is allowed to marry, but it's still too early to think about those kind of things in the living room. Kobeni is instantly greeted with a hug by her older sister. Be her excited sister. Ask her to blow on her birthday cake while gushing over. Fast time flies if it isn't obvious yet. Bio's charmed by her little sister. Kobeni in turn idolizes her and she helps to be more like Bio. Little Miss Sisk on air falls to her knees, her nose bleeding from Sio's. Oh, so cute. Comment. Suddenly their mother AK interrupts their little chit-chat and scolds Bio for being so noisy. She also blames her for Kobe's sweet and cute persona, but she guesses that better than raising a foul-mouthed child, Welby daydreams of her sister. Calling her dear sister, sister mine or Sissy Ain reminds her daughter of something important starting today. One of her grandpa's friend's kids will stay with. And actually he's been here this whole time. In the corner is a lovely young man with a lovely 2005 emo hair. His name is Hakme, and he'll be staying with them from now on. The reason being, he was chosen by their grandpa to be Go's fiancé. Goni, of course, isn't having it. Mama's real chill. She claims that she had already met her betrothed when she was younger, but she doesn't remember him either way. An arranged marriage in this day and age is just wrong, so she incredulously asks why there are no suitable brides in the countryside. Hack answers with the vigor of someone commenting on the weather. As for heartbroken, but they can't do anything about it. Since it's Grandpa's decision, Stilakine clarifies that there's no need to rush, as Kobeni can still think it over, but why her Ed not Bo? Well, Bo might look pretty and normal at first glance, but her personality says otherwise. Besides, Kobeni was chosen for a reason. Meanwhile interrogates if he knows he's engaged to her sister. Apparently everyone has been telling him about this since he was a child. So he doesn't feel unusual about it, huh? But upon hearing that Kobeni is annoyed, someone told them he's engaged to a girl and he just accepted it. After talking crap about this arrangement, she walks away, but now that she thinks about it, Paku isn't at fault. Suddenly the doorbell rings repeatedly and aggressively. Upon checking who the guest is, she sees a tiny girl on their doorstep. The short stack asks her if she's QB before flat out, telling her that she's shorter than expected. Short meet shorter. She introduces little sister and Go's future sister-in-law. Mado doesn't trust her ditzy brothers, so she decided to live with them while again, is chill about everything. Her daughters are freaking out, but Mado makes herself right at home and enjoys the cake she was given. It's her first time tasting one and she loves it. You're a first time tasting one, huh? What type of life have you guys been? The girl asked who baked it so she can repay their talent and BYA instantly melts in joy. This little girl is so mature. Oh, Beck, we're sensing a pattern and FBI does not like it. Still maintaining her grown-up act. Mahik asked why they served her milk instead of coffee or D-milk is actually the girl's favorite, but to be uptight about this whole thing. So Kobeni will become the perfect bride kid. They even know what you're saying. Taking aback, the idea of being married slowly sinks into Chobani's mind. A fiancé, a sister-in-law being the suitable bride, her mother accepting all of this willy-nilly without having enough groceries to feed 2 more people. The horror with that Goi pops a blood vessel or 3 and heads out to go food shopping, concerned about her meal. Go spaces out until she accidentally slips on the snowy pavement. Fortunately, Hakuya comes out of nowhere and catches her. You are very important Goi, so I must protect you. Haku says, with a straight face. Goni blushes at that sudden splurge of sweet words, but says she's fine still. Hakuya insists on going with her. Kobeni is about to refuse, but remembers she has to buy a lot. So an extra arm might be helpful while walking. Go ask if it's true that they know each. And Haku explains that they used to play together no matter how much he thinks about it, she can't remember those times. Kobeni had an accident when she was little, causing her to lose her memories. Suddenly Haku places his hand on Kobeni's head, startling her. He says he just feels like doing that, but Seo's uncomfortable this spur to punch him in the face. Meanwhile, is busy looking for faults in the household, but sadly there. Is school week clean, knowing what she's up to. Danielle Warren, smash it not to tease Seo so much, or else she'll be the one to tease her. After all, she has fun. A little girl. Okay, moving on. When Seo and got back, Mashiro quickly runs to her brother, which puts her a good few feet away from the CRE. She then notices the bruise mark on his face, and boy is SK not letting that slide. Kobeni apologizes. Well, she cooks while Mash observes her. She explains what Hakuya did and said, causing her to react like that. Defense he's. So he's always misunderstood, but there's no malice to it anyway. This whole arrangement is normal and where they came from. So Mato doesn't see any issue with their union. She then guesses that Kobeni will be cooking curry, though she's supposed to cook beefs too. Kobeni doesn't want to rain on her parades, so she opts for the curry instead. Mato's very excited to have a taste, but when her smile just melts into a wail. It's too spicy for her. After the incident at the dinner table, Kobeni feels the need to ask Mashiro what she doesn't eat. Mashiro claims that she can eat grated yam, okra, and fermented soybeans, but her disgusted face says otherwise. Since Hakuya is in the room too, Kobeni wants to address his food choices as well. But wait a minute. Mato suggests that they call each other endear names, such as dear darling, husband, honey, you know those really cheesy names. Not to me. It's really not that cheesy. It's really cute. Luckily, they both agreed to just get on a first name. But going back to food preferences, Hakuya plainly says he will eat whatever Kobeni makes. Upon hearing that, Kobeni is taken aback and pretends she's not flustered. As soon as she leaves the room, she convinced herself not to fall for the bare minimum because she's sure Hakuya doesn't mean anything by it. Are you though? Are you really that sure? This guy is blunt as his little sister, just. The following day, Mac reminds her brother of what he needs to do at school. Red means stop and green means scale. Okay, Mac says, as if she's talking to a hermit who was completely closed off from modern society. Well, she has her reasons to worry, seeing as they've lived deep in the mountains or traffic lights aren't really a thing. That's not what Go's bothered about, though she can't let anyone know in school about their engagement because it's too embarrassing. However, her plan has already failed. As Go's best friend greets them cheerfully on the road. Myra quickly notices Hack before Kobeni can explain who he is. Introduces himself as her fiancé. So now Mac is aware of her engagement to the unidentified man and how Kobeni can't go against their grandfather's will because his word is the law. But to keep things clear, COI prompts Hakuya to keep their engagement a secret, or else everyone will make fun of her. Does as he's told as it is. His fiancé's will. That's pretty obedient of him. Reaching school, the teacher introduces Hakuya to the class, but to Ko's surprise, there's an additional transfer student completely aghast by this announcement. Kobeni drags Mato out of the room after the first period. She's supposed to be in grade school. So how come they let Makito enroll? Smirks at her and says she shouldn't underestimate the power of the Mizuna family. Well, that power seems to falter fast as Mato hears B's name being cheered by other students. For all her creepiness around the, you know what, B is actually the stereotypical popular girl in school. She's intelligent, sociable, athletic, and the student council president B's very presence is enough eternal life as Jaido. Into a thriller. The girl is extra perturbed when B approaches her with that. Oh, so nice and innocent demeanor, terrified about what the lollipop lover might do to her. Mashiro runs away for safety. Everyone has noticed the wheelie little girl and how the Yori sisters seem close to her. Since everyone's speculating about their relationship, she just tells them as I. Myra realizes how hard it is to be the popular girl's sister, seeing as even Kobeni is an instant celebrity once she steps on the school grounds. But despite the trouble, Kobeni claims, She's proud of Baniel for the reputation.